Hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. It may seem like, she says that every day. She doesn't mean it. Oh no, I mean it. I'm grateful. Thank you. Is it a great day for America or what? I know it isn't full-on popcorn day, but there's space. I've made space. there's lots of space for a big bowl of popcorn. Anyway, and thank you, Kristen, from Uncover the News. You have brought such great headlines, and it just keeping us really on the edge of knowing what's going on. Thank you. Desert Dawn, good morning, queen of keeping me calm. And Moron, she likes the nails. Okay. You guys have seen these before, but they're pretty fun. So it's kind of iridescent, but anyway. All right. I am here 365 days of the year. I take your 12 questions out of the chat. Anything in the chat in all caps, that's how you communicate with me. And other than that, please just type normally, because people have whole conversations and are really supportive of each other. We have a great community. You make this a great community. Thank you. This would be such a nightmare if you weren't, but you are. And I am grateful because I'm here every day. Kristen, 7 and 8, part of the same question. Oh, good point. Good point. Thank you. Kristen, on it. She saw that I had accidentally separated out 2 questions. So I will fix that right now. Thank you. It is Wednesday. I've got a hard cutoff time of 1:40 p.m. But I'm going to see how much I can get through before then. And if you're watching this on replay, you have options. You can either, you can always go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there, and I timestamp them as I go. Or you can always come by. I'm here literally every day. It's really hard for the wonderful people in, Australia, New Zealand, that kind of thing, because it's the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. It's why I haven't been able to get Lena to come visit. I'll have to do an evening show one day if I can ask on, plead on bended knees, because Lena is awesome. Lena Rodriguez. I can't imagine any of you don't follow Lena Rodriguez, but please do. Karen, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. It's speechless. Thank you. Yes, Geek Hillbilly just started. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, have we got stuff to read on today. Okay, where shall we start? Let's try that. All right, I've got the cards. Question number 1, or rather topic number 1, at 4:30. 4:30. Hugo Lowell has tweeted, and it's been apparently confirmed by CBS. January 6th committee member Jamie Raskin tells me the timeline for the start of public hearings is most likely April. Kristen suggests, from Uncover Things, Kristen suggesting it's most likely because of the Olympics and March Madness that the public hearings will be in April. It also gives them time to, they are still talking to people. There are all kinds of stories coming out. This person spent 9 hours testifying. This person just spent, 8 hours testifying in front of the committee. This person, it's just person after person after person. And so the April hearings, I was so excited. And oh my gosh, the stories that are coming out. It's hard to it's like I miss stuff. I don't know about you, but there's so much. I miss things. I knew there was some talk that of Trump possibly trying to get the military to seize voting machines, but it might have been somebody else's. Love Jalou, I'm sorry. It's 12:22. It's 12:23 Chicago time. Yeah, is there a problem? And Faye, what are the things on the border? I'm confused. It's just colors and random shapes. It was pretty. I like the colors. Anyway, so Trump. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes. So Trump, there was reporting that he had tried to get the military to do that, and the military were like, "Go away." But there was some talk about, maybe it wasn't him. Can you prove it's him? Blah blah. Oh, I completely missed Monday. I guess on Ari Melber's show. There's all that, and I'm probably the only one who missed it, but Trump asked Giuliani to call someone in Homeland Security. And the person from Homeland Security said, "No, we can't do that." Trump went to Bill Barr and said, "How can we seize these voting machines?" And Bill Barr said, "You can't." But apparently Trump also tried to talk to law enforcement in specific states to go grab the voting machines. Normally he doesn't get his hands dirty, but he did in Georgia, talking to Raffensperger, is that his name? And we have that on tape. There's all kinds of stuff. There is all. Oh, it's the Spirit of the Twos. Okay, good. It is. Okay, so January 6th Select Committee hearings, possibly in April. My heart is aflutter. Oh yeah, the energy on that is an absolute nailed the landing. Probably, I know the Winter Olympics are what's going on, but maybe my brain put those two things together. But this is just like, boom. Get the truth out there. And I know I've been telling you guys how I've been watching various 1-hour documentaries on Hitler's and his life, how he did what he did, everything, how he made his money, how blah, 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 all this stuff. And it's just like, And I'll tell you one thing, after learning more and more about Adolf Hitler, things I probably heard years ago, but I don't remember. But in learning more and more and more and more details, Trump is an idiot. He's a complete moron. I'm serious. It's just, Adolf Hitler is evil incarnate. he had half a brain. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised Trump can tie his own shoes. Ooh, that's a possibility. Some people going to prison, going up the river. Sheila, duh. I know. But the more you look at what various other authoritarians, especially like with Hitler. I'm not saying Hitler was a genius, but compared to Trump, he's Einstein. King of Swords, Chariot, King of Wands, Eight of Wands, Five of Cups, prosecutors or lawmakers, Chariot, big, showy law enforcement, getting at the bottom of things. Trump the man. Presidents are not kings. Plaintiff is not president. This is Trump the man. And just doing everything he can to knock down, if you will, to knock down what the committee's saying, but they just can't do it. There's too much. They can try and try and try and try and try. But you can make this go away. So what impact are the January 6th Select Committee hearings, public hearings, that are hopefully going to be in April? What effect are they going to have? Oh, time is short. Time is short today, but I feel like, all right, I'll try to do an overloaded Celtic as quickly as I can. January 6th Committee. Fact, the January 6th committee hearing. Okay, we're going to be a little disappointed at that the ratings aren't higher. Oh, and by the way, speaking of people who, yeah, we have officially lost more people than we lost. The U.S. has officially lost more people than we lost during World War II in less time. Just throwing that out there. I've been using these so long that there are just a couple of cards that have, specifically one card has a mark on the back of it. So when I put it down, I don't choose it because of the mark, but when I put it down, I can tell what it is. So I'm guessing from that mark right there that home environment is the Fool. Yep, that would be Trump. Yeah, home environment's the Fool. So they have gathered information, they've organized it, they've gone over things very, very carefully. We like to see that. All right, in the past, let's take our time, let's go through things very carefully, very carefully. Oh, there's Trump the man. Oh, wow, there's these two cards are back, and yeah, this is just what's sitting on the deck. That says something, but we'll center the reading. January 6th, Select Committees, public hearings in March, April, May, whenever. Queen of Swords. It's your legislators, investigators, yeah, hanging above it. Far right on the defensive, Queen of Pentacles. Regular Republicans and people on the far right. Very much on the defensive. Distract. Fox News is going to be over there going, water skiing squirrels. Look at this dress over here. random candy child related thing that's becoming genderless. Da 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 da. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Base of the reading. Oh, it's the end of the world it's the end of the road for the cult members. End of the line, and that's at the base of it. Home environment, the moron. Hopes and fears. Yeah, we want there to be justice. This is also my card for election days. So, please, if we could please, if this could help with election day, that'd be great. Okay, thanks. What other people see? Republicans. Big Republican plot, them all working together. Big here. The challenge. Chaos. People being upset. People being upset, but it's more than that. It's poor Fani Willis. And the thing is that I had read on her asking the FBI for more help with security. But it turns out I was reading articles. It's not just for her. She wants a security report done, a whole big thing done on the whole courthouse, offices, you name it. So this could get scary in Georgia. We should look at that sometime. All right, near future 1 and 2, final outcome 1, 2, and 3. Near future 1. King of Cups. Near future 2. Page of Cups. All right, these are the Democrats just doing their thing. We'll hear some things. We won't hear that. We'll get stuff through the news, but kind of keep on keeping on. Final outcome. It also shows that they did something about it. In history, it will show that Biden and Biden's DOJ, they eventually did something. The Democrats did something. The committee did something. They did not just go, oh, okay, well, we don't want to upset people. I'm upset already. But anyway, final outcome from the January 6th Select Committee's public hearings, big public hearings telling the whole thing. Final outcome, Ace of Swords. I like to see that. That's the truth. King of Pentacles, truth against the Republican story. With the far right on the defensive. 5. This is rancor. Republicans, this is more moderate Republicans, but still they were complicit. So many of them were complicit. Rancor. The truth is going to upset some of these people. Oh my gosh, you're gonna hold me accountable? Surely not. Oh yes. Oh yes, Biff. We like democracy. We want to keep it. You don't. Therefore, something has to give here. And it's not going to be us giving up on democracy. That ain't happening. Love Jalou. Autumn Spirit of the Tuesday. And it is 222022. Yes. Is this select committee going to be referring people to the DOJ? Not just for not ignoring subpoenas, but for actual criminal wrongdoing. Oh yeah. Kristen, we're going to be looking at the Trump's hotel. I think that's next. Yeah, that's next. Stay tuned. Progressive law enforcement. That's what we're hoping for. Card for the reading. 3 of Swords, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. Go get them. There's the sword for what the actions the Republicans took. Yes, they should be held accountable. And it looks like maybe some of them will. The thing is that none of these are major arcana, but I do have 2 aces, and this 3 goes along with this one. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh boy. Okay, so that's looking really good. That's looking really good. All right, at 21 minutes. Oh, let's look at Trump's DC hotel. Guess what? Is it Letitia James? New York Attorney General Letitia James? Or is it someone else? Someone more directly linked to Washington, D.C.? I think it's Letitia James because the subpoena is for records because of they want to look to see if it's true there was fraud. That Grift Co., the Trump company, Grift Co., as I call them, if Grift Co. only got the lease to that hotel, to that building, because they lied. It was fraud. They lied about how much their company was worth. And apparently, including Ivanka Trump, where Ivanka Trump was living. Because apparently she had an apartment she was living in that she had the option to buy for like $8.5 million, like $8 million. Let's just say that. But when Grift Co. turned in the paperwork in one place and then eventually for the DC hotel, they said that apartment was worth $20 million. And then to get the DC hotel, apparently they said the apartment, that same apartment was worth $25 million. But she still had the option to buy it for the $8 million it was worth. Fraud. Yes. Kristen saying the Trump organization allegedly inflated the value of Ivanka Trump's apartment to obtain a lease for the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. Yeah. So, well, just, there was the whole emoluments thing. Trump should have lost, the lease should have been broken the day he became president. That should have been it. The day after Trump was sworn in, there should have been a lawyer from the government going to Grift Co. and saying, we're done here. He's breaking the emoluments clause. Nope. Taylor B says, I thought it was 40 and 45 million. The graphic I saw said 20 and 25, but I'm not great with remembering numbers. My brain tends to switch them around. I'm great with letters, great with words, but numbers. William Cottrell. Yes, indeed, Miss Autumn. Okay. So, Trump's hotel. Oh, on the defensive. Well, if you don't lie through your teeth, you don't have reason to be defensive. You just go, oh, I didn't do that. See, here's the truth. It's consistent all the way across. This is the official evaluation. This is what I submitted here. This is what I submitted there. They're all the same. What's the problem? Oh, no. Oh, nay, nay. So Grift Co., it's worth $8 million. Oh, no, it's worth $20 million. Oh, no, it's worth $25 million. Da, 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 da. And but I'll bet you anything for taxes. I'll bet they didn't put 20 and 25 million on the taxes. I don't know that, but I think it's a safe bet. Moranchi, Autumn is left brain confirmed. Better with language. It's true. I have too many cards. Two of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, King of Wands. Very, very dodgy money shell game. There's a card of the Thief. There's Trump the man. Need I go on? Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups. This is the people married to Trump, but not not like a wife. Someone politically married to Trump, someone business-wise who's very, very tightly partnered. And this is the Democratic Knight. So this could be, anyone who goes after them who's in law enforcement, they say is a Democrat. So, but that's what that is. And then this is a card of partnership. These people here partnering with law enforcement to save their own skins. Ricky says, didn't Trump sell his hotel in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, he sold the lease. He sold the lease. Yeah. But I love that, Don Gubb. Trump weeks. Okay, wait, we've got to go back up to Trump weeks. Mutiny Mondays, Trickster Tuesdays, Whinging Wednesdays, Theft Thursdays, Fraud Fridays, then golf. That is awesome. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Toast. Trump and his minions are toast. What about, specifically, what about Ivanka? 3 cards. Is Ivanka going to get sucked into this mess as well? The energy feels like a big, oh yeah. Queen of Count Viral saying, isn't Ivanka the Queen of Wands? It depends on what part of her we're talking about. She herself is usually the Queen of Cups, because she's a Scorpio. I'm sorry to say, but she can be. She can be. Depends what we're talking about. Insult to injury. 5 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Whoo boy. This is action taken. This is a serious lack of funds. But she's got Kushner money. Unless she can't pay the fines. In a civil case. The state garnishing her wages for the rest of her life. Deb is saying her birthday's a few days after mine. Ick. Oh, I'm sorry. And stupid thing Saturday, Ricky's saying. So Pam says, I thought Ivanka was a Libra. I don't know. I haven't looked at her whole chart in a while, so there may be some strong Libra in there. But she's a Sun Scorpio. I know, it's infuriating. I'm a Scorpio, and it's just like, really? Okay. Oh, Joanne, Sedition Saturday. There we go. Jeanette says, what if Kushner says no to helping her? New York is not a community property state. is Florida. They have moved. So, okay. Oh, I'm sure Helen, I'm sure Kushner will protect his assets against seizure and stuff. Yeah. But Ricky says it won't matter. If it's $1 over what Ivanka Trump or his dad, her father has, they'll be bankrupt. Killbilly, stupid Sunday. Stupid blank blank Sunday. Okay, 31. Alexander Vindman, good for you, is suing Trump. Good for you. Alexander Vindman sues Trump and Giuliani, alleges a plot to smear him as a spy for a foreign country. Jeanette says Florida is not a community property state. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Semperis. Oh, is that Ivanka? Sun, Scorpio, Moon, and Sag, but a lot of outer planets in Libra? That would make sense. Libra is the sign of the fashion industry. But, okay. Semperis, yep. Thank you. All right. I'm trying not to make a horrendous amount of noise. It's very loud. 32. Alexander Vindman. Boy, there's some hatred being directed at him. Yeah, there's some bad energy being directed at Vindman. Alexander Vindman. But he's going after Trump. How's that going to go? He's going after Trump and Giuliani. Hey, if you're gonna sue Trump for damages, you better hurry. The pot is not endless. Alexander Vindman. How is your case against Trump and Giuliani going to go? Alexander Vindman. 5 of Pentacles. Well, they fired him and tried to smear his name, and not good. Page of Cups. 8 of Wands. 7 of Cups. 3 of Swords. Page of Wands. Well, he was up there, and some people would call him naive for having said that he'd be okay, but I call him patriotic. This is how the right went after him. Absolute lies and smears and what have you. But this is some legal pain over over messages on the right. That is some legal pain. Trump has done so much thinking he would never be held accountable. So and the more he got away with, he would just do more and more and more. And eventually, most of it is going to come back and bite him. And I hope I am here to see it. After all the pain and grief he and his minions, his ilk, have done. King of Cups. Oh, you thought he was just this page pawn of cups. Oh no, he's a king. He's a King of Cups. Evidence. Judgment. 10 of Wands. 4 of Swords. Strength. Well, okay, this is my card of evidence being laid out. There's judgment. There's a burden. I'm not liking this, but I am liking this. I'm liking the strength card. I'm liking anything in the strength card. That's good for him. What if there's going to be a delay? Or if that's just a cease and desist. Is that a delay? Or is that a cease and desist? Oh, Count Viral said last night on the Breakdown podcast, Vindman said Trump is his own worst enemy, and he encouraged him to keep it up. World. That doesn't feel like an ending. That feels like holding things up for the world to see. Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Hermit. It's carefully looked at. I think there's going to be some, you know, I would really I would be happier if I was getting the Ace of Pentacles, which would be a big lump sum, a big hello, Renee. Vindman. So you're going to win damages. Knight of Cups. Death card. Four of Cups. High Priestess. They're going to drag Vindman through the courts for quite a while. That's what I'm getting. I'm not quite. It's just one more thing, one more thing, one more thing, one more thing. But everybody's going to see it. Everyone's going to see it. Okay, 37:30. I have 40 minutes left. 37:30. All right. Have Trump and Don and Lindsay, have they had a falling out? Trump calls Graham a RINO, who is wrong, because Graham says the January 6th rioters should not be pardoned. No. It's empty. I'll be right back. I'm going to just put I'll be right back. All right, so let's make it 39. Trump, Donald, and Lindsay. Bella, gotta have cocoa. Good weather for it. Oh yeah, it is snowing here. There's snow on the ground. I almost had the camera facing out the door, but out the window rather. But some people generally tend to prefer to actually see the colors and the overlays and the whole thing. But certainly still snowing. Three cards. Donald and his best buddy, Lindsay. Labrat says you need Jeopardy music when you go away. William is saying, I know we all get tired of the wait for Dump to get his. It will be okay. Yes. King of Swords. Lindsay can see the writing on the wall. There's legal stuff coming. And Lindsay does not want to be on the wrong side of it. 10 of Swords. 3 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. This is withholding support. He's waiting. He's heard the jeopardy. He's heard the details of what Trump could be on the hook for. What they've done in the far right, coming back to bite them, and he's just withdrawing his support. Just whoop. Oh, who this? New phone. So, Lindsay. So, as you're sitting there washing your face, how was your swim from the Trump-tanic? You rat. Oh, Shockwave says ERCOT just put out a winter storm warning. Yeah, I can't remember if that's in the questions today, but yes, it's next. It's now 41:30. 41:30. Just in. Greg Abbott now warning Texans about power outages as a winter storm approaches. Reminder, he spent the last year doing nothing to fix the power grid and instead passed. Yes, Helen, Lindsay is Wormtail. Poor Texas. Texas. Kristen saying breaking. The White House orders release of Pence records to the January 6th committee. Is that in 30 days? Or is that now? Because I know there's something being released in 30 days to the committee. Texas. If I remember correctly, well, there is a generator at this house, but I don't think it actually sends electricity up here. I think it's just on the ground floor. I should find out. King of Wands. Yeah, maybe everybody can go rub 2 sticks together to try to make heat. Yes, here, let us take our aged, infirm, ill, our children, our weakest members of society, yes, and let's leave them to freeze to death. Because Ayn Rand. Yes, devil. That would be the vibration level of leaving all of these people to suffer. This is hard for me. I know this is okay. I know this is nothing in the grand scheme of things. But I don't think you guys necessarily understand just how Catholic my upbringing was. And it was drilled into my head. You do not ever say anything bad about somebody who's in a wheelchair. You just don't. You don't. Oh, nay, nay. At one of the 7 writing groups I've been in, there was a woman who came in and sat down, and she told the story one day because she was brought up Catholic too, and she was at work or something, and it was just this weird coincidence that there was a big cross. There's a big hallway, and then there's a T, another hallway forming a T, and right at the juncture between these three directions was a water fountain, and she was headed for the water fountain, and this guy was headed for the water fountain, and I kid you not, it was a nun headed for that water fountain. And they all arrived there roughly at the same time, and the guy was like, "Oh, please," to the nun, "after you." And the woman who was telling the story was like, "Oh, please, after you." And the nun's like, "Oh, no, absolutely. You must, you got here first. You should." And they're both looking at her. They're like, no, you don't understand. We can't drink first. You have to drink first. We cannot. And I was just sitting there and I was like, yes, I understand. I totally understand. You can't, you drink in front of a, no. She goes first. She goes first. And you don't make fun of anybody in a wheelchair. Doesn't matter. You don't make fun of them. You don't criticize them. And so when it comes to people like Cawthorn and Abbott and what have you, it's but Abbott is leaving so many people to suffer and potentially die in the cold. And I can't stay silent about that. I can't. This rat, as your dry lips pucker? What? Lecture has storm. I know too. Jill's saying, book your Cancun vacay. Mm-hmm. Taylor B says, I live in a solar power building. We always have power. Good. Gretchen says, my cat has already staked out the comforter and is ready for snow. Hello, Kate. Happy 1 p.m., the first Wednesday of the month. Okay. And to see if there's anything else. Memories of echoes. My oldest has cerebral palsy and is in a wheelchair. Bless. Bless. Black Cat Blue Chair is saying that Abbott is a greedy, sadistic person. That's true. Mel Broussard says, Texas resident here. I was raised Catholic, went K through 12 to Catholic school. I have no problem calling my governor a cruel bigot and thief. Would appreciate all the good thoughts y'all can send. Absolutely. So Shockwave 43 is saying the Weather Channel has announced Texas will have localized power outages all over Texas. Faye says the bride of Christ always goes before a layperson. I know, right? What? Yeah. Yeah. Deborah Murphy says, I hear you. For a year, my brother was in a chair. Oh, however, those two, it is so hard. Linda Kingsley saying Beto is livid with Abbott. Go Beto. Go Beto O'Rourke. Bless you. And Trump was going to pardon, was considering blanket pardons for January 6 people. Yeah. Leah Backman says Trump mocked a reporter with cerebral palsy. It was disgusting. Oh, that was just the lowest of the low. Holly and Friend says you can criticize Abbott's policies without criticizing the man. I criticize his choices. I'm afraid I only do political readings. I don't do personal. I'm sorry. Mary Noodle says, just because someone is disabled, it doesn't give them a pass to be horrible to other humans. I know that. But when you're raised in the kind of parts of the Catholic Church I was raised in, sort of. Anyway, all right. Yeah, you need to see the person in the wheelchair, not the wheelchair. I know. I'm just explaining that the way I was raised, it's just. Morenchi saying, I said it yesterday, but this really is getting into my vocabulary. Cancooning is a verb whenever I don't want to deal with responsibilities. Yes. So we're waiting for you. We're on Cancooning alert for cruise. If he's going to cruise to Cancun. All right. So, oh, bless Greek hillbilly. Geek hillbilly. Keep calling you Greek. I'm sorry. Geek hillbilly. All right. So, Kate Priest says, to some degree, a man and his policies are pretty intertwined. People's policies tend to be based on their morals. Yeah. Cawthorn punched a tree? I don't know anything about that. What? Okay. Rainy Hajay. Hajay? I totally understand where you're coming from. Okay. All right. So, it's suddenly getting really, really, really bright. I start looking like I'm at a nuclear testing site. All right, I'll turn this down, and then I'll turn this up so I can get a medium. That's a little better. All right, leave that like that. All right. Get on with the reading. Yes. Yeah. Corrupt. People are just trying to live their lives. They're kind of this weak thing that's just sitting here while all the corruption with, it feels like the power lines, like the lines all around them. It's not in their control. For most people, whether they have power or not, is other than paying their bill, it's not in their control. Flying Without a Broom says, I'm in a wheelchair, differently abled, not disabled. Abbott is evil. I absolutely. I'm not saying that I was raised the right way. I'm just saying what was drilled into me while I was growing up, right or wrong, it's sometimes hard to get over. These people feel so vulnerable. They feel so vulnerable. You know, there was talk last time when the power grid went down that people who had like Teslas, that like the wife and the kids were sleeping in the Tesla to stay warm because they could use the battery power. How many people can afford a Tesla? I can't. I don't even have a car. Heck, I don't even have health insurance. Christian has the headline that GOP Senator John Kennedy, Louisiana, worried that Biden's Supreme Court pick won't know a law book from a J. Crew catalog. But no, that's not racist. No, there's no implied racism there. Of course there isn't. Texas. Come on, Texas. In spite of your governor. Hawley and Friends says it's also sexist. Taylor B, did you check out the new insurance rates this year? No. I've got some mitigating circumstances. It makes things very frustrating. Tower. Okay, guys, I'm not liking this. King of Cups, worry, Emperor. Okay, I know no one's. I know I'm preaching the converted. I know no one's going to change their mind because of what I'm about to say. I'm going to say it anyway. If you vote for Democrats, you're probably going to have less worry about losing electricity. Unlike the Emperor, who says you're all on your own. And in the fine print, it says we can charge you $17,000 for 1 month of power, if we feel like it. Welcome to privatization. Jenny Staunch, I like that. Kennedy, what Kennedy said, just because he doesn't know a law book from a J. Crew catalog doesn't mean that she won't. All right, I'm gonna have a bite of my protein bar here. I'm just 50, probably. Okay, Priest is pretty rich. Yeah, I hear you. All right, hang on. And we're going to be going into what's next. Hawley. I definitely need some chocolate. Hang on. Muted. I like that, Joanne. Joanne is saying why? Because she won't bring her calendar or beer cans or a copy of Handmaid's Tale. Mm-hmm. Betty Harper says, I went and got some chocolate too. $58. $58.30. Just in, Hawley. Senator Hawley urging Biden administration to drop support for Ukraine's eventual membership in NATO. Where's the kitty? Hello, boy. Are you there? Are you there? Oh, got the kitty toes. Hello, precious. Hello, precious. You're shouting. There you go. Hi. Hello, cutie. How are you doing? Doing good. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Trying to pick you up. Hang on. Oh, you are so good. Yes, you are. You are such a good kitty. You're such a good boy. Precious one. Precious one. I really love Josh Hawley. He's awful. Yes, he is. I need to do some precious kitty time. Yes, I do. Because he's Josh Hawley. And he's so awful. Okay. What's up? Okay. I needed that. All right, Josh Hawley. I just feel it's the most lovely energy. Someone said yesterday while I'm shuffling, somebody was like, no, Autumn didn't choose Boo Boo because he's white. I didn't choose him at all. I didn't choose either of these cats. Someone else chose them. And knowing I would become very attached to them. Someone with a lot of control over things. So that's all. That's all I'm going to say on that. And I absolutely bonded with them. Absolutely loved them. And the minute I left, the minute I went out that door, mine. $102.30. I did win because I have the kitties. And, yeah. All right, Josh Hawley, you blankety blank. Of course, he's urging Biden administration to dissuade Ukraine's acceptance in NATO. Josh Hawley. What's going to happen to you? Yes, Faye, I won. Mm-hmm. Kate Priest, yes, best prize ever. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for contributing that. Thank you. Desert Dawn. It's 1:20. I still have 20 minutes. All right, Hawley. This would be him going in front of the January 6th protesters, giving his Josh Hawley. I'm trying to read on his energy, but his energy it's like he's the negative end of a battery and I'm a positive end. It's like I'm trying to read on him, but I'm just instantly just repelled. Brian King, I had to come on. I was watching on the TV. Oh, okay. Yes, if you say your kitties and your sanity. Oh, Justin's mom saying hi to Boo Boo. Holy Judgment, 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords, Hermit, Queen of Wands. Oh, he's going to have some explaining to do. This would mark him as possibly someone involved in the whole setup for the insurrection, but Linda Kingsley says it seems confusing. He seems confusing, and I would not trust him. Oh. oh, do not trust him as far as you can throw him. No. I wouldn't trust him with a bag of trash from my house. I would not trust him with anything. Shockwave says, breaking news, ERCOT exec proposes a gas desk to help Texas avoid winter power outages. The website is having trouble. This is not. This is scrutiny of him. This is not going to end well for Hawley. Yeah. So ultimately, what happens to Josh Hawley? Josh Hawley, ultimately, what ends up happening to you? Hello, Kathy Anderson. Oh, I got him out of his bed. There, sweetheart. There you go. Come on. Come on, go. Come on. Come on. There you go. Go there. And there's a blankie. And there's another blankie because it's cold. There you go. You're a good kid. All right. Sorry about that. He just wouldn't. Empress. Hawley, we saw what you did. King of Cups. Biden got into power because he's the lawfully elected president. He was right in the middle of it. Cult member. Emperor, not king. I'm seeing some legal problems for Hawley. I don't see how he'd really be held accountable, but this is which reminds me. I got to share this with you. You know what kind of year we've been having? Not just like 2022, but over the last year. Jeanette says, did he take Russian money? That could be it. That could be it. Anyway. So, read on that. And, I don't see it. All right. Well, the upshot is there are multiple, it's Groundhog Day. And for those of you outside of the U.S., you may have seen the movie Groundhog Day. They basically decided to choose a holiday that wasn't being, the writers chose a holiday that wasn't being used very much, so they just called it Groundhog Day. And the idea is there are these groundhogs, these big fuzzy creatures, and supposedly when they come out on this particular day of the year, if they see their shadow, it's good, but if they don't see their shadow, there's going to be like 6 more weeks of winter or something, which never made sense to me, because it's like, well, but if they don't see their shadow, then it's overcast, which means there are more storms. But whatever. Meteorology via small fuzzy beings. Okay. Well, the most famous of them is Puxatawny Phil. Okay. Now, please understand that Puxatawny Phil, who is someone wearing a top hat and tails and the whole thing, who's going to pick up this big fuzzy rodent. Are they rodents? I can't remember. Anyway, big fuzzy creature, and he's going to hold it up, and everyone's going to go, yay! And this poor thing's going to be hanging there like every year. What the? The one they hold up today is not going to be the same one that was in the movie. Even if the one in the movie was Puxatawny Phil, I'm not even sure it was. But if that was Puxatawny Phil, the one that's there today, because in the wild they only live like about 3 years, maybe 6. In captivity, they can live as long as 14 years, but that's it. So Puxatawny Phil is not the same Puxatawny Phil that was Puxatawny Phil before. And there are other groundhogs. There are lesser known, but there are like maybe 4 or 5 of them that some people will say, and they all get these names. Greek Hillbilly, groundhogs are rodents, but they are easily tamed. I had one as a pet. Oh, okay. I thought they were rodents. I can't remember the name of this one. It's a shame. I wish I had saved. Oh no, maybe I did. Maybe I put it in. Hang on, one more place I can check. One more place I can check. No, I don't have it. All right, sorry. Anyway, one of them, Millicent. I think Millicent was part of the name. But anyway, they wanted to do that today. Groundhog. The groundhog died yesterday. And I saw that and I was just like, of course it did. It's just been that kind of faces Ohio has Buckeye Chuck. Oh man. So yeah. There. Had to share that with you. Anyway, all right. What does that mean? Well, it's just a matter of, did he see a shadow? Did he not? Over these past couple of years, what we've been through and all the stress and the Trump stuff and the pandemic and all of this. And it's like, all right, could the groundhog see a shadow or not? No, he died. Gallows humor. Shockwave. They said 6 more weeks of winter. Well, poor thing. I think it's just, it was old. They don't live forever. And it's just a coincidence. But endless winter. Winter is coming. I know. It just made me laugh, so I thought I'd share it. Yeah, but we're going to have winter forever. All right. I still have 10 minutes. 1:14. Guess what other lovely human being we're about to read on? Yes, indeed. Wondering about the outcome of North Carolina voters suing to disqualify Madison Cawthorn for the next congressional run. Madison Cawthorn is being taken to court to say. Hippie Sue says, I'm having a hard time not laughing. I know I laughed. That's why I'm sharing it. It's silly. It doesn't mean anything, but it's amusing. And bless his little soul. All right. On the news, yesterday, day before, they were showing clips of Cawthorn at the January 6th rally and what he was saying. Yes, Kristen, time's check. I still have 8 minutes. Madison Cawthorn. All right. First of all, we have to understand he's 26. I don't read on young people that much. I don't. I read on politicians. Most politicians are, older. They're youngest, usually in their late 30s. I read on a lot of people who are like 60, 70. All right. This guy's like 26, maybe less. His energy is very excitable. And I'd say he's panicked, but it's like his energy is always kind of jittery. I don't know how to explain it. Hermit. I got the word shouting into the void. He's shouting. People are listening to him, but maybe that won't be as much. Electra Storm says he's old enough to be married and have kids and a job. Yep, he's not that young. No. Semper's, I'm talking about Madison Cawthorn. No, I'm not saying that he's. I don't know if it's just. Maybe it's more hormones. I'm serious. I mean, I'm just saying I'm used to reading on people who are older. Their energy tends to be more stable. His is not. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying all young people have energy like him, thank heavens. But I'm just saying. 9 of Wands, Lover's card, Emperor, 8 of Wands, and 6 of Wands. He was all in. Lucky girl. Hello, my friend. Madison Cawthorn, born August 1st, 1995. He's 26. Huh. Semper says his energy is like he's constantly seeking something or someone out. He's it's like somebody who, I tend to think of people who are into like Ayn Rand as it's like a stage that you go through in your political beliefs. Not everybody, but I think there are quite a few people who go through that, and they eventually see the limitations of it. But in their searching for kind of their own place in the world, their own, what am I going to do with my life, all this kind of stuff. It's that kind of energy that he has settled on this, so he's going to fight like the Dickens. But it's not, it doesn't feel like his character is formed enough, not just because of his age, but he isn't mature enough. That's what it is. So, Sempress, yes, libertarian taxation is theft. Yeah, to heck with the government phase. Yep. So, he's in the middle of the whole Trump thing. The emperor right in the middle. Cult member. Doesn't matter if you're beaten up. beat them back for the victory of the orange hero. Seek help. Seek help. You moron. Orange. Okay. Oh boy. So, all right, got 3 minutes. Okay. 1:20:30. Ho-ho. 1:20:30. January 6th committee member says Trump is absolutely, that's a quote, absolutely tampering with witnesses. Really? Trump tampering with witnesses. Is he going to be held accountable for this? I know. Silly me. Like just Trump says, somebody tells me he'll be the same way at 40. I'm not saying he'll be better. His energy might be more stable, though. Wheezy Squeeze Box says, I read at Ayn Rand. I found her tedious, dogmatic, and delusional. Well, then you saw it right from the beginning. 5 of Pentacles. Trump out in the cold. Oh, look, right in the center. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Law enforcement, they're going after people that Trump was talking to. Trump's the fool in the middle. Surprise. Secrets, High Priestess, also some higher wisdom. And so these are the Republicans that were helping Trump, trying to keep it secret. But they're trying to get information from these people. And he's just enough of an idiot to try to keep them quiet. But he's losing power. He's losing power by the day. It really does feel like that. I think there's more going on behind the scenes as people are being called in, as information is being subpoenaed. Linda Kingsley says full capitalism does not work. I agree. 7 of Cups. The lie. The big lie. Strength. 10 of Cups. The Sun. The Devil. 10 of Wands. Committee. There's also some links to white supremacist groups, allegedly. Corruption, burden. It feels like it's being swirled into a cauldron. The liquid looks dark, almost like coffee, and you pour some milk in, but you stir it in and it just dissipates. But then I kind of pull back and it's one of those big old cauldron type cliche type things. So, well, that's going to do it for me for today, I'm afraid. I've got a hard cutoff time on Wednesdays, but thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And especially Karen, thank you. Love and peace to you as well. Thank you. All right, guys, hang in there. It is 1:41. Thank you, Kathy W. It is 1:41 p.m. here in Chicago. It is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. It looks like it has stopped snowing, except for maybe the occasional flurry. We've got several inches of snow on the ground. At 4 o'clock, I will be over at Book Art Media to do creative sprints. You are always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow at noon. So thank you. And yes, Kate Priest, take care, hon. Yes, exactly. Yes. All right. Thank you, guys. Hang in there, and I will see you later, or I will definitely see you tomorrow. All right. Take care.